Good morning everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am just getting ready for... Why are you staring at me? What are you gonna move? Okay, you just can't stare at me while I talk to the camera.
So sorry to interrupt. Proceed.
Good morning everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am currently getting ready for Scotty's kindy day. I'm making her some mini pizza. I made one of these last week and it was a massive hit, so we're doing it again. I'm making myself some avocado toast with avocado porn. It's beautiful. Avocado and a bit of ham, but let's crack into this vlog because I feel like it was slightly cruel, but we were just playing to keep you hanging last week on telling Scotty that she is getting a little baby sibling. So we're gonna get straight into that now and not leave you hanging, and then we're gonna get into a little bit more of some training and yeah, all the stuff that kind of makes up what we're doing right now, which is, you know, getting back into training. That's a big part. And living that prego life and what that looks like in my world right now. But yeah, thanks for all of the positive, thanks for all of the comments and feedback that you guys gave us last week. Super sweet. Everyone was really excited for us and super understanding of where we were at, which was really cool. So yeah, let's get into it. Take it up. Do you know what it is? Bella, there's a baby in my tummy right now. You're gonna have a little brother, a real one. Are you excited? I told you. Are you so excited? It's in here already. And this is his little clothes. And guess what this is? Yeah, do you know what it says? Big sister. You get to be a sister. And you know what this says? It's a book and it says, I'm a big sister. Say, I'm gonna be a sister! I'm gonna be a sister! I got my sunnies, but I don't think I need them.
That's my helmet.
No comment. Are you on?
Well,
Alright, welcome back. We are living up to our promise. Sorry if you can hear the huffs and puffs of our little puppy dogs. We're living up to our promise of bringing a vlog to you this week. It's been very hard, but we're getting it done. Welcome to our half-finished deck. We'll give you an update of this, but we're sitting out here with floorboards, kind of like gaps and bits off the edge, but it's going to be amazing soon. So you just heard the news in this vlog. Yeah, they're building it out.
yep.
So we are having a little baby boy. We are super excited. We found out a few weeks ago. And yeah, we didn't want to, we just like, are not the kind of people that can wait. We get too excited. We found out with Scotty too, and we, no birds will be super noisy.
I think so.
We found out with Scotty as well, and we found that for us, we just really enjoyed the process. Like, we get a big enough surprise by seeing what they look like and their personality, and you know, the whole experience is like totally different. So we didn't feel like we needed that surprise, and we really enjoyed being able to talk about our daughter back then, and now we get to talk about our son. So we've delivered on Scotty's demand, which was that she wanted a baby brother. So good job, Dad.
Which his name's Applejack.
Yeah, so if we refer to Applejack, that's the name that Scotty's given the baby. If anyone's children watch My Little Pony, you'll know. But yeah, so we talk about Applejack. I had to explain that that will probably not be his real name. And she said that's okay because we can make that his middle name. So we're working on it. We're working on a compromise at the moment, but little Applejack is who we'll be talking about. So yeah, we're super excited. Going through all the like thoughts of like, what do you even do with a boy? Because all we have is a girl. But yeah, super exciting to have one of each. Obviously, getting to this point, having a healthy baby is like #1 priority. But it's pretty cool to to feel like we get to experience that.
Yeah.
Especially like if you've been watching us for a while, Scotty is like I get to really live with her as like my little mini, as like a little girl. I think that'd be really cool for Maddie to kind of have that like a little dude. So yeah, we're super excited. How you feeling, Dad?
Good. Good.
You excited?
Yeah. I think it's yeah, it's definitely a lot less stressful the second time around. You've got kind of, you know how it's going to play out and how it's going to be, so it's definitely a lot more fun this time through, I think, than the first time.
But different.
But different, yeah. So the first time's, I guess, more exciting, but the second time's kind of you get to have some more fun with it. Plus you have a little mini person who's really excited, so yeah, live through her a little bit too, I reckon.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of made this whole process, like when we, for instance, like when we told Scotty, we've made this whole process more about her because we've had that excitement before. Like we got to be surprised by having a baby and you know, hear all of those things, and she's just been so excited that we've kind of made this experience a lot more about her and about the excitement of how cool it is to be a big sister, and you know, that we're just so grateful and so lucky to have her to be the big sister. And you know, we took her out for like a big sister dinner and got her pizza, and you know, like we've bought her like stuff, you know, to like make it really special, and she has definitely already fulfilled that role. She's like, the night we told her, I was lying on the lounge, I was super tired, and she was like, it's okay, Mummy, you lie there, I'm gonna go get you a drink of water, you need to rest because there's a baby in your tummy. Like she was on it so fast, which we knew she always would be because she's like a little mum.
Yeah.
But and so she's just been like, she told everyone that minute, like everyone would know, everyone she came in contact with, that there was a baby in my tummy called Applejack, and which made people confused. But yeah, she's super excited and we're really excited. I think I'm more excited for her. Like it was killing me not telling her.
Yeah.
It was killing me.
Yeah.
I was like, we need to tell her. So yeah, we didn't do any like crazy Instagram gender reveal with like balloons and whatever. We just made the afternoon really special and got Scotty a treat and some presents, and we made it more about our little fam. So yeah, super excited. We thought, I guess we'd answer a couple of questions. I had a few people ask on Insta about like the experience so far. Just a couple of things now, especially with training. Obviously that's who I am, what I do. So we do. How do you reckon that this has been different for you? Like how have I been different? How has the pregnancy been different?
How do I answer this without getting in trouble? No. I think the start is definitely a little bit more rougher on you than first time around. You're probably a lot more at the start.
Moody, I think I was tireder.
Yeah, probably tireder. But then in the second trimester, you've been like way more chill.
Way more chill, yeah.
Way more chill.
Obviously, we had a lot of stress too, so I was like a lot more on edge.
Yeah.
Me trying to justify. I don't think I felt moody. I definitely felt more stressed, which probably came across more like I didn't have as much space in me, as much patience or whatever for normal things.
Yeah.
Because there was so much like in the background, like background noise of just not knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
But I was
you were
like,
lots like I guess sicker for longer.
Yeah, I was
this time around too.
Sicker for longer, but less intense.
Yeah.
So like sick for ages, but like it didn't feel as aggressive, but it was constant and tired.
Yeah.
I'm still tired.
Yeah.
I have to tell my funny story that I told our friends. So I was really tired from like the minute I was pregnant, I was so tired. I was like falling asleep on the floor. He's like, go to bed. Like, why are you falling asleep on the floor in the middle of the day? Like just randomly. And then he says to me later when I like kind of start to feel better, he's like, I knew you were really struggling when I ran out of clean jocks. And I'm like, and it was at that moment.
It's true.
It was at that moment I was like, oh my gosh, like I just haven't been able to do the washing the same. This wasn't a priority. Yeah. And it was at that moment that Maddie just started doing the washing, and I was like, what are you doing? Like the washing's normally my thing. Like it's kind of like how we roll. He's like doing the washing. He's like, I got no jocks left, and I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, that's kind of that kind of sums up the first trimester, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot harder with the kid as well.
Another small person, yeah. You don't get to rest.
Like, yeah, your first time through, you sit around, sleep, and have a good time, and whatever. And then this time, Yeah, no.
When it was hard until we told Scotty, because she was like still being a normal demanding toddler, like give me this, blah blah blah. And then once she knew, she eased up on me. She'd go, oh, mum's tired or mum's sick or whatever, and she knew why, and she would. So that made it a lot easier for me once we told her, because she understood, because she's a smart kid.
Yeah, she is.
And like a couple of people were asking like, what message do I want to send and stuff like that. I guess to people viewing, because whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, sorry, I have like a following and I guess an influence, something that I'm an influencer. Anyway, I'm an athlete first, and you just kind of fall into influence. But anyway, first things first, I had a big chunk of training off. So when we got back from Rogue Invitational, I was like lazy on purpose because I was like, I need a rest. It's been a big season. And then I was pregnant, like not long after that. And then I couldn't train. There was like months of doing next to nothing. I wish I had kept training now, knowing I was going to have that time off. But so I kind of feel like I'm starting back from scratch, as though you've had like heaps of time off if you've stepped away from training for whatever reason. So pretty much the last couple of weeks, my main focus has just been consistency and variance. It wasn't as varied. I try and add a little bit more variance in each week as I feel more comfortable doing a few more movements. But also as the pregnancy goes on, I take away more movements. So in this video, you'll see me doing like burpees. I touch my knees on the ground. I actually didn't feel super comfortable doing it afterwards. I thought there's probably a little bit of pressure in my tummy, which last pregnancy, for reference, I did no push-ups my entire pregnancy. I felt like I had intra-abdominal pressure and I could see a visible slight cone pretty early on. So I removed them and I did other exercises that would strengthen up that position without putting the pressure in my abs. So yeah, I'm doing a fair bit of the safer ones. I will bike and ski more than any other cardio machine. I don't row. I do not like rowing in pregnancy. It's just so uncomfortable and you end up having to be in an awkward position. And also, I felt pressure when you lean back on a row, you instantly like tighten up your tummy. Don't need to do it, especially when you're doing it like, if you think about a row, it's so repetitive. And I just didn't want that crazy. I was really successful last time and had very minimal spacing, like only the normal amount that people kind of get when your belly gets out to here. So yeah, consistency at the moment though, consistency for me, to be honest, is like every second day. Hey, I seem to be like, half of it is because we've been so busy with work. Our brand Active Eyewear is having like a glow up, like a slight rebrand. We're in the trenches with a million like different products and stuff coming out really soon. So we've just been working and working and working. So part of it's that, and that it just makes me tired. And at the moment, it just seems like day on, day off. And it doesn't matter whether I'm working out on a Sunday or what. That just seems to be working for me at the moment. And I get that bit of rest. And then hopefully over time, I'm able to squeeze a few more days together. But I actually I follow the Mayhem programming still. I do usually one workout from the What's Rich Doing program. I just have a look. There's usually a few options. I pick something that just kind of feels good for me, that's pretty simple, pretty basic. I sometimes have to change some of the movements, like if there's a muscle up, I won't do it. And then I usually do a few of the bodybuilding exercises afterwards, and I just alternate upper body, and the next day I might do lower body or whatever. I just try and keep that fairly varied, and I do a big warm up with like I've got a crossover symmetry band, like a glute band. I do my glutes, my scaps, and I do a little bit more of like a bike ski warm up, and then I do that every day. Every day I train. As for the movements, they would change over time. So if I had time off and I wasn't like upside down or anything like that, I'm probably just not even going to worry about introducing it back in again. My theory is, I'm obviously training. I said in the last vlog, I'm training health of the baby, health of me. There's a million substitutions you can do that don't put crazy pressure in your tummy, don't put crazy pressure on your pelvic floor. I'll share a lot more specifics of what those movements look like, but for instance, certain things that you would do standing, you can do seated, like I do a press seated or with my legs wider, and that takes a lot of pressure out. So it's like little substitutions that I did in my last pregnancy that I feel really good about. But in saying that, I will still do less this time. The reason being is I had a very, very tricky labor. My body was still super tight. I labored for a very long time. I was borderline a cesarean, and for me, I didn't want to have one. And it got really, really close because yeah, my body just was not like progressing, and I want to take that load off this time. I'm not lifting heavy weights. I still will do resistance, but not heavy loading. And hopefully, fingers crossed, my body's in a little bit more of a relaxed, open space to have a little bit more of a comfortable free birth. That's the plan. The big question I get asked at the moment is like, what message do I want to send? My main thing is, I think it's important to understand that I'm not a health professional. I'm an athlete. And I said this to someone on Instagram, is that I'm still learning too. I have a lot more knowledge now because I've had a baby before. But first and foremost, I'm an athlete. And I think if anyone wants really good, true guidance of what they should and shouldn't do, see your doctor, OB, like a physio, whoever it is, follow like some qualified professionals. I'm not going to be your best resource for that. It's not really my job to do that. I'm only here to tell my story, and everyone is going to have a different story. So you might look at somebody else who's training differently. That's their story, that's their choice, and that's their body. And, you know, everyone's going to learn their own lessons and do their own thing that feels right for them at the time. I did that in my first pregnancy. I took the information, intuition, all that kind of stuff, and now I'm making some changes this time around. But I also don't think that any pregnant woman should feel any obligation to set any particular example, because all they're doing is their own life and telling their own story. So for me, I have my particular story and how we like to do it and any adjustments we're making off the first pregnancy. And I'd love to share it just so people know, like you can hear it, you can hear differing opinions, and that's always going to be so different person to person. So yeah, I hope you can take that for what it is, and I'll share as much as I can, but please know I don't want to be in a position that I'm trying to set an example, be a role model of that, or tell anyone how they should do their pregnancy, because they're all so different. And we learned that obviously from I'm the exact same person, pregnancy 1 to pregnancy 2, polar opposite.
Yeah.
So
you're just showing like what you would do, not what you should do.
yeah, and what my thought process is behind it, and maybe what I've heard or read or whatever. And I'm sure I'll make some mistakes, but you know, I'm obviously going to tread carefully to not make any drastic, dire mistakes. But yeah, that's kind of like what I'm doing. But my main priority is definitely having things a little bit more relaxed this time, because I could definitely tell that my body was still. Certain things can feel good, but it doesn't mean that they are right. that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's about it.
baby boy, doing our best. We'll share the story. As always, thanks for watching. Please leave any comments, any questions in the description below, and I'll do my best to answer them. We'll probably answer some in text, but we can always address it in the next video. But yeah, we'll keep sharing the journey, and address a few more things specifically. If there's anything in particular you want to see, let us know, because we will be here next week, won't we?
Yes.
Yeah. We have some stuff on. We have some stuff coming up.
Yeah, we start maybe taking them behind the scenes with all the active stuff next week, and
Yeah, we'll show you some of the
show
outfits.
all that where the office is at.